Very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Savantri Javadara. Let's look at the top stories for the day. The Lotus Tower, South Asia's tallest tower, commences its official duties. Sri Lankan Airlines honored with Best Marketing Innovation title. News in detail. The Lotus Tower in Sri Lanka, the tallest tower in South Asia, was declared open to the public this evening under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena and with the participation of a number of distinguished guests. The 350 meters tall Lotus Tower, constructed at a cost of over $100 million with funding from the government of China, is considered to be the tallest tower in South Asia. Under the Belt and Road Initiative, Sri Lanka and China signed the Lotus Tower Agreement in 2012 to build the highest TV tower in South Asia, with China National Electronics Import and Export Corporation being the general contractor. The Lotus Tower will function as a television tower, a revolving restaurant, a shopping mall, and a conference center. There are 4 gates to the Lotus Tower, which covers an area of 30,600 square meters. There is also a restaurant and a communication museum on the ground floor. The 6-story tower has 2 exhibition halls and the observatory has been built on the 7th floor.
Sri Lanka is a beautiful Buddhist country on the Indian Ocean. Today, the new Lotus Tower is felicitated by all circles of people, contributing to the spectacular skyline of Colombo and beautiful coastal line of West Province. It is currently the 19th tallest TV tower in the world and the tallest tower in South Asia. Lotus symbolizes auspiciousness and purity in Sri Lankan culture. The Lotus Tower presents the best wishes of Sri Lankan people for peace and prosperity.
Sri Lankan Airlines' intensive efforts to drive the recovery of the island's tourism industry in the aftermath of the Easter Sunday attack were honored with a global accolade, the Best Marketing Innovation Award from the Airline Passenger Experience Association. The airline also managed to secure 4-star rating in the major airlines category for the 3rd consecutive year. Sri Lankan Airlines' marketing effort was chosen the winner over entries by Qatar Airways and Virgin Atlantic that were also shortlisted nominees in this category. The award ceremony coincided with the Airline Passenger Experience Association Expo Annual Industry Convention at the Los Angeles Convention Center from 9 to 12 of September. Joshua Bustos, the airline's chief commercial officer, received the award on behalf of Sri Lankan at a glittering ceremony in Los Angeles on the 9th. Issuing a statement to the media, Sri Lankan Airlines said that they are delighted to win this prestigious award, which they consider to be an accolade for the country at a time when Sri Lanka's tourism industry is recovering from a disastrous situation. The statement also said that the credit goes to the hundreds of members of Sri Lankan staff who volunteered for this innovative marketing campaign that reached an audience of millions of people in a large number of countries. Senior Coordinator of Global Reporting Initiative in South Asia, Rubina Sen, highlights the importance of sustainability reporting and its impacts on the organizations. She made these claims last Thursday while addressing the first workshop of the technical series titled Preparing a Sustainability Report, organized by the Colombo Stock Exchange in collaboration with Global Reporting Initiative, which is an international organization that pioneered sustainability.
In short, sustainability reporting is an organization's practice of reporting publicly on economic, environmental and social impacts, and these impacts can be either positive, like providing livelihood to people, giving employment. These are positive impacts of companies. Or it can be negative, like setting up a plant and using the only water resource that a community has. So the impacts can be both positive and negative, and reporting captures both, not just the positive impacts. So as I mentioned, it helps to set goals, measure performance, and manage change. It includes the most very significant impacts that an organization has in regards to environmental and social impacts. And it makes all these abstract issues, like when we are talking about, okay, we are addressing environmental impacts, but how are you addressing it? So there are specific parameters to which you are reporting on, like your how much water consumption is happening, what is the emission. So these are like very specific disclosures that are there in GRI, which would help you to address and make all these abstract issues very tangible and very concrete.
Senior Coordinator of Global Reporting Initiative in South Asia, Rubina Sen, went on to share some of the key measures that companies can execute to implement sustainable initiatives.
What are the steps that can be taken by companies to actually implement these sustainability initiatives? One is to think about creating policies around sustainability, build dialogue with stakeholders on responsible business conduct, and create organizational structures that actually support sustainability. Also integrate sustainability in everyday business activities, as I mentioned, giving clear messages to your employees, and embed the corporate culture, sustainability in the corporate culture. So basically in your mission statement, how your senior management level, how they see this aspect of sustainability, that becomes really crucial to get the buy-in.
Ratmalana and Batticaloa airports will be used as regional airports, thereby opening them to international flights. Thus, the airports will accommodate international flights from January next year, with customs and immigration countries in place by that time. Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal to use Ratmalana and Batticaloa airports as regional airports. The airports will add to the operations of the Jaffna International Airport, which is due to open on October 16th, attracting Air India and Indigo flights approved by the Cabinet. An aviation ministry official said that the flights from India will be able to land in Jaffna and Ratmalana or Jaffna and Batticaloa, allowing them to transfer tourists flying to other destinations out of India. Aviation Ministry official also said that it would also enable tourists to fly to the East Coast or start their tour from the East to the rest of the country. Meanwhile, the Cabinet also approved to sign an agreement for a grant of 300 million rupees from India for the construction of a mobile air traffic control tower and runway lights at Jaffna Airport. Stay tuned for more news after this break. Welcome back after the break. Senior consultant of ICT Agency of Sri Lanka, Indika D'Souza, states that Sri Lanka needs to efficiently leverage on the digitalization of the government services in order to raise the country's productivity. Thus, speaking exclusively to our television, senior consultant of ICT Agency of Sri Lanka shared his expertise as to how Sri Lanka can improve further from the attained upper middle income status along with the digitalization.
So we are right now we are on a upper middle income country, which is our per capita is like what, $4,000 in around. So how do you make it 5,000 in another 3 to 4 years time? So how digitalization can impact that? So one example I took was health. So many millions can be saved. Or as example, when the right skill workforce is being produced and getting that IT export revenue increase, probably it can become number one. Our GDP has impact. So overall when you're looking at it, and also we are fueling the startup ecosystem. Startups can come up and it can go nationwide, global. So that can impact to the economy. Other thing is the digitization of the government services. We spend a lot of money and time and energy on that. That savings can be millions. One thing is productivity goes up, and also now say if you want to get some certificate or one of those things which is you need to get it from a government, minimum 1 day, minimum you have to take a leave. So look at that, you can take it online at home. You save your day, you save your petrol. You add value to your job, as well as you'll be meeting 3 people to get that thing done. That is saved. So it's the overall impact is tremendous.
The Cabinet has given the approval for Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira to acquire $150 million financial assistance from the Asian Development Bank to complete the second stage of the program to rehabilitate rural road network. Thus, the Sri Lankan government has entered into a framework financing agreement with the Asian Development Bank to obtain multi-tranche financial facilities up to an aggregate of $900 million to finance the second integrated road investment program. Accordingly, the investment program will rehabilitate about 3,400 kilometers of rural access roads and around 340 kilometers of national roads in the northern, eastern, over and western provinces. It will also help to upgrade and maintain the rural access roads to an all-weather standard, rehabilitate and maintain national roads to a good condition, and improve the capacity of road agencies with respect to safeguards, road safety maintenance, research capacity and road design and construction. The Minister of Finance has proposed to enter into a loan agreement with the ADB to obtain $150 million from the regular ordinary capital resources of the Asian Development Bank for the second tranche of the program, with a total investment cost of $171.8 million. The project is expected to be completed by the year 2023. Alethea relaunched its curriculum with new era learning infrastructure and technology-based educational framework last Wednesday. Thus, smart classrooms, e-library and renovated infrastructure with state-of-the-art facilities are some of the main features that came under the revamped structure. Alethea School and Alethea International School was registered as a private company in 1928, and the school is an official Pearson Edexcel teaching center that is authorized to host examinations in Sri Lanka, as well as a Cambridge International School and British Council partner school. Thus, the school has introduced smart classrooms along with many innovative key digital educational elements, including 5 digital science labs, 2 music studios and art studios, a state-of-the-art computer lab and an e-library. Managing Director and Coordinating Principal of Alethea Group of Schools, Anitra Pereira, noted that measures to include an international standard basketball court have been taken. Alethea Group has also made space for the school to be an inclusive education institution that accommodates students of all caliber and different academic needs, and as such, the school houses a learning resource unit and a special needs unit, both established to cater to the specific requirements of some of the students. The third annual encounter between Royal College and Gateway College, played for the Alice Gunasekara Cup, will be held on the 22nd of September 2019 at the Gateway College basketball courts in Rajagiriya from 3 p.m. onwards. The year's game will be preceded by an under-15 match between the two schools, as well as an invitation match between the girls of Gateway College and Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Colombo. Royal College will be led by the captaincy of Venuja Gamlat, while Gateway College will be led by Chevan de Costa. Accordingly, Royal College has won the inaugural edition in 2017 and Gateway College won last year's match. Thus, the event is jointly organized by the Royal College Basketball Advisory and Management Committee and the Gateway College Basketball Committee.
6:30 we will have the final game, the main encounter between Royal and Gateway. There will be awards at every age category. Under 15 level, we will have a MVP award, Best Defensive Player and Best Offensive Player. Girls game also will have MVP, Best Defense and Best Offense. Under 19 team will have MVP, Best Defense, Best Offense, and there will be a special award for the highest number of assists.
Stay tuned for stock updates after this break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The all-share price index gained 2.6 points to close at 5,828.14 and the S&P SL20 dropped 7.09 points to close at 2,807.96. The turnover was 747 million rupees and over 31 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex trades. That's all news for today. Do join us tomorrow with State of Business. Until then, take care. Good night.